Will Portal Coin be the next 100x, or is it a complete bust? Let's talk about it in this video. This is part of my 12 days of Gainsmith series where I cover a crypto or NFT project every single day and post it on YouTube and X. And today's was actually a request from somebody on Twitter to go over Portal Coin. So Portal Coin is something that I've been a part of since the beginning. In this video, we're going to do a deep dive all the way from how to get it for free, the initial pre-seed round, what they are, what they plan to do, and some of their partnerships. So without further ado, let's dive in. If you're on Twitter, you've probably heard of this 100 times, but Portal Coin, what are they planning to do? Well, they plan to onboard the next 1 billion gamers into Web3. They already have massive partnerships like Solana, Polygon, and I believe recently even Magic Eden. And then of course they're built with Layer 0 Labs. And so they're a gaming platform. I guess you can consider them almost like competition for Immutable X. Matter of fact, a lot of the things they have pretty similar that we're going to look at in just a minute. What started off looking like a potential scam is kind of snowballing into something that could be really cool. Recently, they picked up on their advisory board Jamie King, co-founder of Rockstar Games. If you're not familiar with Rockstar Games, one of the biggest gaming industries that we have today. 19 million followers on Twitter. Recently, they actually got a breach for Grand Theft Auto. This is a really cool side story. I won't go into it, but essentially an 18-year-old hacked into their systems and was able to leak like 18 different clips of Grand Theft Auto he was already in police custody. He was using a cell phone and a Fire Stick, and I think he had a TV, and he managed to get into their systems, and now he's facing life in a hospital. Very interesting story. You know, go look into that on other channels that cover that sort of news. But back to the meat and potatoes of the video. Jamie King, no longer with Rockstar Games, but he did lead to the success of Rockstar Games, taking it from nothing to everything it is today. So very credible person Jamie King is. So you probably heard at the beginning of the video that you could actually get some of this Portal Coin for free. Let me show you how you can do that. So I no longer participate in this, but as you can see, I did originally participate. I guess that's where my 520 shards came in. Basically, all these like spam posts you see tagging Portal Coin, which you notice in this video, if you see it on Twitter, I'm not tagging Portal Coin because I'm no longer doing this, and I'll explain why in a minute. It's like a point system. And the more people that interact with your post, like, you know, the repost, comment, basically the more points you get, and then the more shards you get. So that's kind of how their Crystal Dash system works. And it goes by seasons, and then there's like, let's say like 4 days and 2 hours left of this season. As I said, I'm not participating anymore, so I have 0 points. I did originally get points in the first season. I'm not too sure if there's any way for me to look back at that, but I think that's where my shards come in. So basically you just see how far you can get. I'll do a quick little talk on why I stopped doing this, and then we'll move on to the rest of the information in the video. Basically, I just did a Twitter like harsh security check. One, when you give it permissions, there's always fear in that, but that's not really why I disconnected. There was a coin similar to this. It was called Tip Coin, and essentially you would tip people or at them similar, and some accounts actually got banned for participating in that. If your Twitter is not really important to you, then that doesn't really matter. But to me, I actually have a larger following than on YouTube. So Twitter is part of my content. It's part of my marketing that I do. It's part of my everyday routine. And a lot of that I do is on Twitter. So I didn't want to take, even if it's just like a small risk, like a 1% chance or whatever, I didn't want to be participating in something like this and get striked and then and get my account suspended. So I basically did a huge flush on everything like this, all connections and everything just like for safety reasons on that. But I'm not saying that is going to happen. I'm just saying you never know, especially with the amount of accounts that they suspended. And I personally didn't think the risk was there. But there's other ways to participate. Recently, they just had a pre-sale. This is kind of like plastered all over their Twitter. I didn't even have it pulled up, but I guarantee you, if I just scroll down for a second, you'll see it. So what this pre-sale was, which just finished, is basically like you send money in, you invest early, and I believe they raised over $10 million on this pre-sale. But the pre-sale, this is like the first of the pre-sale, and this pre-sale can now lead you into this dashboard that I have pulled up right here. So basically, if you participate in the pre-sale, you can choose the wallet or the email you participated in, and it would show you everything in the dashboard. Unfortunately, I can't get past the screen because I didn't participate in the pre-sale because there was just too much going on. I mean, I'm sorry, private sale is what they considered it. So private sale is closed, and then they're going to have the token launch upcoming, and of course, everybody who participated in Crystal Dash is going to be able to get their share as well. So I haven't really talked about exactly what this is besides comparing it to Immutable X. This is 200 plus games. that are all going to be on their platform. And some of the games that they're talking about, what they have, are incredible. I mean, they're big AAA games that you've heard of before. I've even heard talk of Grand Theft Auto making a partnership with them. And of course, I don't know how credible that is, but very interesting to think about. We're not going to dive for the 12 days of Gamesmas. We don't dive into like deep into tokenomics or anything like that. But if you wanted to explore the developers, the Portal token, or any other connections they have, you can go to their website. It's portalgaming.com to see all that. So they're basically claiming to have huge partnerships, and they're claiming they already have funding now. They also have funding from Animoca Brands and some other familiar Web3 companies that invest. So, I mean, they have their groundwork laid out. This is kind of their initial experience that they show you with the whole platform. Play any game on any chain with one coin, Portal. So that's kind of their thing. It kind of reminds me of Recur, what Recur was trying to be, rest in peace, of kind of combining all these different platforms, but specifically in the gaming realm. On board the first billion gamers, which is it's a very very large task to do. So 100 plus games, building a network. So they need to update this because they have 200 plus games on their other one. But they did include Star Atlas. I don't know what Oxyar Origins are, but I do know what Star Atlas is. Pretty familiar with 3 game. And yeah, so here's some of their apparent veteran team. Worked with Xbox, EA, FIFA, Rockstar Games, as we noticed, Grand Theft Auto, right? I mean, look, these are top of the line. They do have a direct partnership with Ubisoft as well, if I'm not mistaken. So, and then partners, Magic Eden, which is one of the fastest growing marketplaces for NFTs that I've personally seen. I like it better than any of its competitors so far. Last year on this time, if you'd asked me my favorite marketplaces, it probably wouldn't even been my top 3. Now it's my #1 spot. I absolutely am loving more and more Magic Eden, so that's one of their partnerships. And then of course Layer Zero. And then lastly, we see just the Portal presale is kind of what we talked about earlier. The largest decentralized gaming joined the Portal presale. So this is the part that should already be over. So they raised funding. They have a solid team, solid connections. They're claiming to have one of the biggest announcements coming to Web3 gaming in January. So that's going to be very interesting as well. Looks like it's alluding to some like Fortnite or some type of game sort of like that, some battle royale. All in all, final thoughts are how you can get involved. If you want to farm, you can go to the Crystal Dash competition that I was talking about earlier. That's how you can get some Portal tokens for free. Basically just farm that, realize that the risk there is your time, and the risk there is also your Twitter account possibly. I wouldn't go so far to say that's probability, but again, I'm not going to play that. And basically just follow Portal Coin for updates. Watch out for all the scams, because there's a lot of scams around Portal Coin right now. This is definitely one of the most hyped token launches that's in the space by far right now. I've seen it even like trending as far as like crypto goes on YouTube as well, and Twitter. Their viral marketing of getting people to farm these Crystal Dash points really got them on the board, really like bumped up their following very quickly and got the excitement rolling. And just keep up with everything that they're putting out. Personally, I think if they deliver on the hype, then this is going to be incredible, and I'm really excited to be like somewhat part of it, even though I'm not really that much exposed to it, but at least be talking about it early. Or they're just full of it and they are faking a lot. I don't think they're faking everything, but maybe they're setting expectations too high for themselves or for their market. Maybe don't have their roadmap ahead as clear as they'd like to. There's a lot of ways that this could go south. They don't have my full trust as far as, oh yeah, Portal Coin is going to launch this next Immutable X type, gaming platform, and everybody's going to love it, have a great experience. You're going to see all these games, whatever. I'm not fully convinced yet, but it's definitely something to have on your radar. And that's why I put it on my 12 days of Gamesmas, because bleeding into 2024, if they do follow through with everything, I can see really great things coming out of it. With all that being said, let me know what you think about Portal Coin, what you think about the series. If you don't have anything to say, drop an emoji. Helps me out a lot. Leave a like or a share. Appreciate you guys. See you next video.